go get them again.
Welcome back to another unboxing first impression video on my channel. Today we are delving into the brand of Roja Parfums, of course Roja Dove's branding, and this is called a Midsummer Dream. Now that name may ring some bells a little bit. It may be something a little familiar and you're just like, what is this all about? It's honoring the 400th anniversary of William Shakespeare's legacy. Roja decided to translate the love story of A Midsummer Night's Dream into a fragrance. And however, he took away the night part of the wording, maybe copyright, I don't know. Yeah, interesting, platform to, correlate art with art. I really do like that. I think Roja Dove, as much as I make fun of Roger Bird and his line, and that he's got ghost perfumiers in the background making his sense. There is, of course, a part of me that respects the man just because, his years with Guerlain. He has to like perfumery, and this is not just, it is about money, but it's about legacy and money and all that, but there's more to it than that. In this one, from what I hear, from what I hear in the industry, is this one sells very well for Roger's branding. So I didn't know that. I don't honestly. When this came in for decanting actually. So this is not my bottle. I didn't buy this. Like most of these, right? There's only two here that are from my actual collection, but. This one came in, I looked at it and I'm like, huh, okay, I've never really heard of this one. There is, of course, several others that I have not tested yet that I've heard of, Roja Dove. So we'll see. Top seller, we'll see how good it is. The brand is not one of my favorite brands of all time. If you're new here, first of all, welcome to the Robes Way channel. I'm your host, Mark. Smash that like button and, of course, smash that subscribe button. If you're an old head to the Robes Way channel, welcome back. I haven't posted a video in a couple days, so I'm back now. But if you're new here, I'm not a fan. I tried testing out the brand early in my YouTube career, quote unquote, so in the early 2010s, and I came out with Creation E right here that doesn't have too much of a dent, but it's a really good scent, and Amber Oud here that has actually a good dent into it. Actually, these two are my two favorites of the brand. I meddled a little bit into the Roja Dove, and I was just like, as far as the brand goes, I felt like not unique. It was based upon other fragrances that you smell in the past. It's like basically he's using his history with Guerlain and kind of remaking what he has smelt over 20, 30 plus years and kind of going back in time instead of actually doing new things, and for an inflated price. So, that's not my jam. It is a lot of people's jam. A lot of people like to flex online with this brand. I'm not a fan of the bejeweled caps, things like that. Not a fan of that. But let's get into this one and let's see what this one's all about. Now, the note breakdown is your typical Roja Dove note breakdown. It is massive. I am not going to name off every single note, which I usually do, but there's some brands that just kind of overdo it. So you'll see my Fragrantica side here, and it might be full here of notes, but and you can't really judge or guess what this is going to be just off these notes because there's more than, I'm assuming, 10 here. So it's kind of weird. You can't really tell where this is going to go. It was released back in 2016. The nose is Roja Dove. Okay. Funny enough, they do have an in-house perfumier now. Which is, kind of, I think he was nipping the butt here. He saw that Creed got exposed that, oh shit, the Creed family does not make the fragrances. I better get an in-house perfumier here quick. Nobody exposed me. We have our own nose now. That's just me jokingly, it's a big thing if you're new to the fragrance industry, it's a big joke that he was a marketing guy for Guerlain. He was not a nose, he was not a perfumier. There's nothing online that shows he had any technical expertise, that he went for training. Nothing is showing that he actually penned any of these. The only thing that shows it is that it says Nose Roja Dove on it. That's it. He has his own YouTube. You would think if you have your own YouTube channel that, you know, a lot of people talk about this, not just me, that you would, you know, quiet the people that say that kind of stuff. I don't know. That's just me. Now let's look at pricing. These, of course, go kind of pricey, but I think this one's kind of, well, it's not up there, but it's up there. This one retails for $430 USD. Ouch. But again, I don't think Roja Dove's branding really jumped. Like, there's a lot of these niche brands that are kind of actually catching up to Roja Dove. This used to be like a brand that, like Clive Christian stuff, like ultra niche, right? Like ultra niche, but not really. Like Clive Christian and this, like I put them in the same boat. Like not really exciting brands, honestly. Expensive for what? That's my thought with the Roja Dove and Clive Christian. I'm just like, expensive for why? What are you guys doing? Oh, just because you're from the UK and your things kind of look like it's something that royalty utilized. You know, that's the kind of mindset. It don't work for me. Marketing is don't work. At discounters, this thing gets a sharp decline in pricing, which I was surprised when I did, you know, the limited research I did. I found it around for two to 250 USD at discounters. This thing, so like a sharp decline in price. Like discounters is the way to go with this one. So let's delve into it. Let's see. The box is a little fancier than anything. It has, you know, a whole bunch of like a goat head or something. I'm sure if I went and did some research, I could really find out what's going on here. So let's open this one up. And the box is different from, I don't recall a box looking like this with Roja Dove, like that U looking thing. I don't know. Anyway, this is a returned product for the website that I'm going to be decanting for. And again, this is not my personal bottle. I didn't pay for it. They're not paying me for this review. They're paying me for to decant. So, you know, my thoughts, as bad as they're going to be, or as good as they're going to be, are my thoughts. I have nothing to gain out of this. So let's delve into it. We're going to put it on strip first, and then we'll put it on skin. That bottle looks okay. You know, Roja Dove, I really don't like the caps. Atomizer is not bad, like a controlled atomizer. I kind of like that. So we'll keep that like that. We're going to put it on skin after. Okay, so Midsummer Dream. Oh. Floral citrusy, very bright. Oh, there's powderiness. Green aspects. Complexities there. It's very classical off the top. Like very much Roja Dove like I was thinking like straight up French or English perfumery, just kind of like just the typical lemony, mossy, green, woody, floral thing. Like it just goes into that classically made perfume, which Roja Dove is kind of like there's no excitement with some of his releases. Like, yeah, they might be well done, but good amount of citrus and floral in here. Yeah. I get the lemon. I definitely get lemon. So I get, you know, I get a yellow citrus. I do get orange blossom, which would give you that soapy powderiness, I guess. But there's a lot of things in here that I could probably go through these notes and try to find which ones are I'm not going to go into which ones are the culprits and stuff. There's way too much notes here. So if I name off some, good enough for me. This is an unboxing, so it's nothing fancy. I do get yellow and orange citruses, so I get both with a powdery touch. Okay. There was a little bit of a balsamic quality there that I caught. I don't know if there's oak moss in here, eh? Yep. Took a while to go through the note breakdown there, especially those base notes. Oh! Elemi. Elemi, are you in there? Yeah. Okay. Elemi is in there. Ooh. Woof. That's a strong Elemi off the... That's funny, I didn't get that off the strip. Okay, Elemi does give out a lemony touch, so that's why I got lemon in here. But what caught my eye is Elemi kind of gives out like a woody pine but it also gives out, you know, that balsamic quality I was talking about, just the resin, that gives the lemony touch, the pine-like touch, and the resin, the elemi. Wow, good amount of that. Good amount of that. But with orange blossom, excuse me. So there's fougere qualities in here, which are obviously to put you in the right direction of what a fougere is, aromatic, citrus. So you're getting some of those, but you're also getting a CHYPRE mossy, woody quality with some florals as well. And the elemi kind of almost gives me, and there's a honeyed resin sweetness in here as well. Almost like an ambery warmth, which a resin would do. But it's not overly, like it's, like if I put it, like I'm putting it in a box right now, spring. Because it's not, you know, when I said it was bright and uplifting, floral, citrusy, aromatic, yes, 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 oak moss, yes, green aspects. But there is some depth to this fragrance as well. That resin kind of mellows, but it's not deep and dark. It really is thinned out. Works well. The blending is it's on par as some of the better Roja Dove releases. There's aldehydic touches as well. That champagne and that citrusy pop, but it has that sparkle as well. The mossiness gives you a little bit of green nuances, so a little bit of earthy quality here, that mossy base. So green, floral, it's complex. Green, floral, citrusy off the top. This thing is compared, when I did the Fragrantica thing, I took a peek and I saw that this was compared to Terre d'Hermès. I don't think this is a vetiver-based fragrance. Could it be in the same category of Hermes? Like, I know there's grapefruit in here, and Terre d'Hermès does, and then you could say earthy qualities, and then you could just go bang for bang, buck for buck, right? I don't see it, unless you're saying that they're both made as versatile scents, scents that are for a gentleman, that you can dress it up and you can wear it casually. Yes, I could agree on that. I don't think this is, but again, it's an unboxing for me, right? So take with what I say a grain of salt, right? I'm just worn it. Like I don't have several days of wearing. So when people are saying I'm a Fragrantica, I don't know how many people are just piggybacking on one guy saying something, and that's the thing with online, and that's why trust your own nose, right? Would I say this is a Terre d'Hermès, like a niche version, like they like to say? No. This is more complex. Elemi is definitely straightforward. It is not in Terre d'Hermès. Oak moss, again, not in Terre d'Hermès. Yes, you can correlate that with ISOE Super, with the woody facets. You can go, oh, okay, it's woody, it's earthy. Yeah, okay. And the orange facets, I think that's what people are gravitating towards. So at the end of the day, Midsummer, I feel like saying night, a Midsummer Dream by Roja Parfums. Very clean, very crisp. Something that I would wear with a white button-down shirt. I could wear with a tie. You could wear this at the highest high-scale weddings during the spring and summer, and you would not be falling out of place. You would actually be very well put together if you were wearing this. Dress it up or even dress it down, depending. Versatility is probably through the roof with this one. Personally, I think for the right person, this could be a signature scent. Yes. Good balance of notes, absolutely. Well constructed. You know, as much as I want to pay Roja Dove, a spade's a spade. You've watched me, you've heard me say this since 2009 on YouTube. If you are well built, I don't care who the nose is. I don't care about the resume of what I've been smelling and what I've been saying on the YouTube channel. Same thing with their resume, with their branding. If the brand has sucked since 2009, since 2025, and then they finally release a good one, not just going to panic just because of their history with me. With most people, one strike, you're out. You know, I smell one fragrance, it sucks, I'm moving on, right? Same with the Perfume. Maybe 3 strikes, you're out. Depending. My tolerance level, I got a YouTube channel, I got this, I got all this. Throughout the years, I've learned that even a brand like this, I could have been just stuck with these two and I would have been happy. And I would have continued to say, because I haven't given it a chance, I would say it's a 2 fragrance brand. And I've been saying that for several years. Now, I've been opening up a little bit to Roja. I do like some of his other fragrances, some that you see here. However, the reputation of the brand is still set in stone in my eyes for now. I still think of what I think about him. I still think the same thing that I think about the brand. However, there'd be a little more leeway now. If somebody talked to me in 2014 while saying, talk to me about this brand, I'd tell them exactly what I thought. And now in 2025, I'm going to tell them exactly what I think, but there'd be a little more generosity, I guess. There's still some things that I think, like this right here, personally, for me, if you're asking me today, right now, what did I say? Clean, crisp, yep. Dress it up, dress it down, versatile, signature scent worthy, 100%. Good balance of notes. I love that for high price fragrances, $200 and up. I am looking for that blending. I am looking for that construction. Even if it's just an introduction, I want to see. You give me complex notes. I don't want a soupy thing. I want some volumes. I think I'm getting them here, but if you're asking me, hey, would you spend your $500 on it, or how much is it retail? $430 USD, so almost $500 Canadian, with tax and everything is $500. Would I? And that's the thing. Like versus if I didn't own some of these, I would not. Honestly, it's nothing amazing here. I don't think it's a masterpiece, as a lot of people like to say. I'm not very loose on masterpiece as a word. I don't say it often. I hardly say it at all. There's nothing amazing here that I feel that it was made with complexity and it was well built, but it's just something that smells like it was made 40 years ago, which is something that Roja kind of smells like. It smells like something that it's older. And at that point, you know, if you blindfolded me, I don't think I would say Roja Dove. I would not say a brand that's $400 worth. You know, I could be easily swayed of saying that this is a designer fragrance in the 90s that just has some complexity and was well built, but it's $50, right? This is where my mind frame is with this. Yeah, it's well done and there is some complexity, but there's nothing here that shouts, to me personally, wow, right? That wow factor that I want in fragrances. This is a wow, Creation E. Amber Oud's a wow, and that's good for a brand, right? Just getting 2 in the wow section is great. Probably not amazing. There's a lot of brands that have more than 2, but going back to this, yeah, it's in that section. So I'm happy that I've smelt it. Here it's a top seller. I could see, I don't know if I see why. Like I see the versatility and I see the complexity and I see, and the LME here, which is a rather, like it's a rather unique note. Like it does get utilized a lot, but that and the mossiness, I don't know. Do I see the appeal? Maybe it's older gentlemen that sees the appeal of this, maybe as a top seller. I don't know. Like I could see something much more light, refreshing. Not that this is not, but it's a tweener kind of fragrance. So now that you heard my take, I'd love to see yours in the comments below. Good, bad, and the ugly, right? People put this as a 10 out of 10. I'm not there. I'm definitely not there. But there's no issue with you saying that in the comments without taking shots at me, obviously. I'm more into like this is a mid kind of Roja Dove, like it's solid. Like I would put it in the solid pile and I would recommend it to someone to sniff, but it wouldn't be like one of the first things that I would recommend. But I would say, look, you want something versatile. Do you want something to dress up? Do you want a signature scent from Roja Dove? This may be on that short list, which is a good thing. It's a good thing for it. You know, this is not going to get a 3 out of 10 out of me. But it's not mind-blowingly a 9 out of 10 or a 10 out of 10 out of me at this point. So I can't wait to see the comments. You can bash it to all hell. I don't care. And then you can agree with me and be in the middle. Doesn't matter. And yeah, we've been testing a lot of Roja on the channel in the past 2 years. And I don't mind doing that, right? Like I do that with PDM. It's another brand that I don't really like, continuously to give them chances and just see. Maybe something will click at some point. These two are much better than anything that PDM has ever done, by the way. Like this brand has, we'll say a better reputation with me than PDM will ever have, I think. And as always, a great port fragrance will make a lasting impression. Choose your scent wisely. Thanks for watching, YouTube. Have a good one.